But bro, wallah, everything else, editing, sound effects, bro, smashed it clean. I don't even think there was a problem with the exposure, bro. Like when it's vlogs and stuff like that stuff, obviously you want to get it looking as best as possible, but if a scene's too dark sometimes in a vlog, like it's not that deep, do you get me?
يا ذاكر الأصحاب كن متأدبا واعرف عظيم منازل الأصحاب هم صفوة رفعوا بصحبة أحمد وبذاك قد خصوا من الوهاب يا ذاكر الأصحاب كن متأدبا واعرف عظيم منازل الأصحاب هم صفوة.
So Monday morning, 10 a.m. It's a new week. I've got a couple errands I need to run first this morning. Shouldn't take any longer than a couple hours. Hopefully by midday I get on with the working day. I don't trade on Mondays, simply because when I look at my track record, a lot of my losses happen on Mondays. So just to minimize that loss of capital, I just decided to cut out Mondays entirely, and it's been working well for me so far. Yesterday I uploaded the first POV to YouTube. It hasn't gone live yet as I speak. I'll set it live today, I'm not sure when. England lost yesterday, of course, so I'm waiting for the vibe in the UK to calm down a bit before I post a video. This week though, I've got a couple plans. I've got a couple goals, and just tasks really that I want to tick off. I want to get back into my crypto stuff. I wouldn't say I was heavily invested, but I was pretty deep, or spent a lot of my time, shall we say, in crypto. Maybe the last bull run, so what, 2 years ago? But I've been out of it for a while since then, and I really want to get back into it. I should be getting ready for the bull run that's about to happen. So this week I want to focus a lot on studying that. Hopefully I get a couple forex trades in this week as well, end the week in a positive. Yes, last week I took nothing. It was horrendous price action. So hopefully that changes this week. But yeah, I'm going to get these errands done, and then the next time you see me I'll probably be on my desk.
How can I not believe in God? Look how much I gained after everything I lost. How can I not place my trust in something that knows us better than we know us? How can I not pray and give thanks? After all of those mistakes, He still gave me chance after chance. You see, before birth it was darkness, and after death we always thought it'd be the same. But the soul is separate from the body, and after life the soul shall remain. They say then unto God we shall return, as is from Him we all came. Some question, does He even exist? What's understood need not be explained. But we ain't people of understanding, we're people of living and ignoring. Let's ignore the reality so we can enjoy the fantasy. Fantasy's all it is when you don't enjoy it actually. A people of pretenders. Let's pretend we're filled with happiness, smiling on the outside while inside filled with sadness. How can you find peace in the heart? How can you find peace in the heart if you don't have a connection with the one who created the heart? We can worship the clothes and we can worship the cars, but we don't worship the one who created the moon and the stars. It's crazy when you look at life. I grew up poor, so I was generally unhappy, and the media let us believe that success...
To be fair, bro, it wasn't completely wrong. But the setup was valid, I think. It's just they didn't zoom out. If you go on the H4, you can see that POI that we're all looking at. So they obviously didn't see that. They just focused on that body close of New York. So everyone was like, cool, let's sell, let's sell. But we were patient, right? We knew that price would most likely come up to this zone, and then now we can look for sales. Because, bro, what I'm remembering is this exact thing happened last time. I traded off the POI tap, I lost. You traded off the sweep and you won. Actually, yeah, you're right, because it hasn't closed outside of this POI yet, so we can still take from this POI. You're right. Because that takes precedence, yeah, you're right. Of course, I'm currently in this trade, some EU sales. I'll probably take VE at that low there, and then maybe at about 3 I'll take off 50% of the position just to preserve my capital. But yeah, I'll monitor this. You know, if I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. Game's the game. Cool, so I just came out of the shower and I got stopped out. Is what it is, game's the game. I'm hoping sales happen in New York now. Yeah, I'm hoping sales happen in New York now because I'm completely fine with my setup failing. But, because that's just the game, right? That's probability. But I'm not fine if my bias is incorrect. My bias today was to sell. So I'm hoping price does sell in New York. If it doesn't, then I potentially need to start looking at analysing my bias. Again, it could also just be one of those days, but preferably I'd like my higher time frame bias to be in check and then just work on my setups. Posted the first vlog yesterday, had some good positive feedback from friends and family. Now I just got to stay consistent, to be honest, and keep recording, keep going. It's currently 1:30. I'm going to order some food. And then after I'm going to do some post-market analysis. And then I've got about 4 hours of ilm, so 4 hours of seeking knowledge. And then I'll spend the night doing crypto stuff and editing. Like I said, this week I want to focus a lot on getting back into my crypto. I've joined, not a course, but I've joined Cryptonory, which nearly everyone's heard of Cryptonory. It's just a platform essentially to learn because I've literally forgotten all the jargon. I've forgotten all the words, I've forgotten the platforms. It took me 15 minutes to set up my MetaMask. But it is what it is. So yeah, I'm going to get back into that. I reckon all I need is a night. You know, a couple of hours and I'll become an expert. Especially considering I've just got to retrain what I once knew. But yeah, I'm looking at a couple groups that I potentially want to join, a couple of bots that I might get into, just to jump into some memes, some meme coins. So alhamdulillah, you know, I've got a job now, so I can risk a little bit more than what I used to back in school. So yeah, I just want to make sure I get the right knowledge, I'm following the right people. I've got a couple friends as well and family members that are in the game, so I'm reconnecting with them. And yeah, it'd be cool to document this journey because this is literally from scratch. Not from scratch, but this is literally from the beginning. Forex, I'm already, you know, I know what I'm doing, I've just got to execute. Like I said, I'm not learning anything new. But crypto, I'm, you know, pretty much learning everything again.
But bro, wallah, everything else, editing, sound effects, bro, smashed it clean. I don't even think there was a problem with the exposure, bro. Like when it's blocked.
Media let us believe that success was in materials and money. So we praise those who have the most. We look up to them and label them celebrities. Wishing we had a life like theirs, while they're wishing they had a life of simplicity. They spend a life trying to avoid the cameras. We spend our time trying to be in front of them. We praise them for their beauty and their talent while we ignore the God that created them. That's like thanking the waitress that brings the meal, but disregarding the chef. That's like praising the beauty of a building, but not the architect. You're amazed by the brain of the designer of the aeroplane. What about the designer of a bird or a brain? Sad reality, we become a nation that don't worship the creator, but we worship his creations.
Cheers, mate. I'm just on my way to go get a haircut. A lot of this week has been me just sat at my desk, which is a bit boring to watch, but it is the raw reality of the grind. Like I said, this week I'm focusing a lot on getting my crypto knowledge back up. Past few days I've been watching hundreds of YouTube videos, going through a lot of articles. I've got a group that I will most likely join, and I'm planning on joining that group by the end of the week. I was just speaking to one of the owners of it. But I like to get a lot of my knowledge up for myself. When you're connected with other individuals, I like to make my own decisions as well and use my own confluences and not just trade off the back of other people's information. But yeah, gonna get a trim.
Have you ever been to the mountains? Go to the mountains, stand upon them, ponder on them. Look at the clouds that hover over them. Look at the sky, try and understand the life of the birds that fly. Look at the sea, watch the fish swim, the sharks fin and the jumping dolphin. Listen to the roaring, sounds of the jungle, elephants and lions. Anyone with intelligence can see the signs. Animals and mankind, heavens and earth. How could two people come together and bring about a child's birth? Mad, now what's that life worth? They just play, study and work, but that play ain't even satisfying. We're all depressed and unsatisfied, and this work ain't even sufficient. Nobody's content with their current position. Continuously searching for more and more and more, but we don't know what we're searching for.
So I've been spending the last probably 6-7 hours looking at meme coins, and it's so funny. It's like the last time I was involved in crypto, the only meme coin really was Dogecoin, and everyone was like, no, forget about it, ignore it, it's a bunch of rubbish. And then I suppose NFTs was maybe the closest thing. People would just make random NFTs, random artwork, and we would trade that. But these pump and dumps and these meme coins are just it's a whole new world. And obviously, like I said multiple times, I've been out of the game for a very long time, probably 2 years. I haven't touched crypto, looked at anything related to crypto, and I haven't touched crypto. I haven't looked at anything even related to crypto in the last 2 years. So it is funny to come back and it's like the whole world's completely changed. But I'm just looking at it now. I've watched a couple of videos, just learning the tokenomics, if you will, and the best strategy. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait to join a group, and then with the calls that I get from there, I'm gonna analyze those calls myself and ask myself, would I have been able to see this in the charts, etc. Just to work out how they're identifying these coins. But I'm not the type of guy to just win off other people. I want to find it myself. I want to analyze it myself. I want them to send a coin in and then be like, you know what, I would have found that as well. Or yeah, I agree, exactly the same analysis, whatever the case may be. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to get my knowledge up to scratch so I can make those decisions and I can make that analysis. A very good thing is that I'm coming from Forex, right? Well, I was in crypto, went to Forex, come back to crypto. So it's like in the beginning, I didn't understand risk management, now I do. So I can use my risk averse mindset in this game now. I'll understand that I can lose 1, 2, 3, 4 trades and the 5th one can make it all back. If you told me that 3-4 years ago, I would have ignored you completely. So yeah, it's cool, it's interesting, and it's definitely working. And a lot of people might say it's a scam or it's unrealistic to make any money from it. There are literal teenage kids on Twitter making ridiculous money. If they can do it, why can't I do it? That's my mindset. Yeah, it's currently 7 PM. I'm gonna just write up some notes, do some revision. I've basically written all of my Islamic notes in Notion, which is cool, it works, but it is very messy. So I think what I'm going to do instead is write it all in paper, which is why I bought those notebooks, because paper's nice. Write it in paper and then consolidate it properly in Notion. The reason why I did it in Notion is so I can access these notes from anywhere. I really like using, where's my iPad? Oh, it's over there. I really like using Notion on my iPad and just accessing my notes anywhere I am. And it would be nicer if these notes looked more clean. Like if I show you an example here, it's just a lot, right? I have to focus quite a bit to try and get what I want out of it. I don't want it like that. I want it to be very simple, that I can just scan over and I get my answer very quickly if I have a question or if I'm doubting something. So yeah, I'm going to focus for the next couple of hours. I'm going to get that done. I think I might have to go see some family in a bit. So yeah, I'm just going to get as much as I can of this done, go see the fam, come back, and then I'll probably get back on the charts, get back on this meme business just to get my, try and scrape as much knowledge as I can from the back of my head to prepare myself for when I join this group. I'm probably going to join it either Friday or Saturday. I'm just waiting on a couple things. So yeah, let's get to it. It's funny, I was looking at YouTube Studio, right? Creator Studio, just to look at some of the numbers and stuff on my previous video. And I'm not fussed. I'm not, the reason why I'm doing this is to document the journey, is so in 5, 10, 15 years, inshallah, when I have made it, I can look back and be like, wow, like that's when I started. But obviously it's cool as well, the numbers are cool. But anyway, I'm looking at these numbers and it's funny because you can go into the analytics and see how people found your videos, right? And there's one of someone typing something into the YouTube search bar. and my video came up, and then they watched that video. Let me show you it. So I don't know how well you can see that, but the search term is POV, you made it in life. And then they watched my video. Like, that's quite literally the opposite of what I'm going for. I haven't made it yet. And the whole point is I want to relate to people who haven't made it yet, and I want to relate to the people that are still hustling.
I made a study about what we study. It troubled me because honestly most of it was worthless. That's why we live our life without knowing our true purpose. They taught us science but didn't teach us science. They taught us history but didn't teach us history. That was all from the wrong perspective and too selective. I didn't learn religion in RE. They can't modify me. I'm more Malcolm than Michael. I stay with a character delightful, but the brain's always serious. Focus on what's in front of us, seeing past the nights and days, looking ahead to when we fall and then raise. I can't live without praise. Don't praise me, praise the one that made me. Praise the one that made it all. None of this could ever come about by chance.
So I've got a GU buy set up, potentially in play. I'm just waiting for a couple more confluences and then I'll take it. While I'm waiting for that though, I'm currently scrolling through Twitter and essentially researching some of the best meme coin traders out there at the moment. And what I'm doing is I'm finding their wallet addresses and then I'm tracking their wallets. So every time they make a trade, I get a notification about it. And then I can just copy them if I feel like those trades are worth it or not. So I'm using an app called Cello Finance, and you essentially put in the wallet address and then you can see the token win rate right there. Now obviously that's rubbish. 26% within the past month is horrendous. I'm not going to copy that wallet, but that was just to show you an example. A lot of the wallets that I'm copying have anywhere from about 60 to 80% win rate. Now the idea is I don't want to just copy those trades blindly. Whenever my bot sends in the trade, I'll then analyze it myself and work out whether it meets my conditions, and then I'll take it or not. So yeah, that's what I've been doing all morning. I'm waiting for this H4 candle on the DXY to close, 7 minutes left, and then hopefully we should be bullish on GU and I can take this buy setup.
Look at the planets in the galaxy. This world would end be their one collision, but they orbit the sun in a perfect fashion. Imagine life without God. Imagine life without God. We was broke, prayed for money, then the door knocked. We was scared, prayed for safety, then the car stopped. And when it didn't, we kept the faith and saw the benefits another day. We trust God's wisdom, so we accept his decision. They question and end up in deeper depression. Don't be like them. You are the company of your friend. The truth is, we don't want to believe it. We're scared of what we don't know. We're comfortably lost.
Cool, so it's 11 AM, just on my way to work. I was looking for a buy setup on EU today, but the setup didn't form, so I just left it. Just one of those days. My setup yesterday failed. That was another minus 0.5% loss. So I'm back in drawdown. Only a little bit of drawdown, so it's not too major. I'm not too fussed about it. Today something definitely clicked, and that ultimately prevented me from taking another loss. So I'm gonna journal that tonight, and I'm gonna keep that in mind for future. But it definitely feels like it's the last piece of the puzzle, or at least one of the last pieces of the puzzle. But yeah, on my way to work, pretty much the whole day will be gone. And then in the evening, I'm meeting up with one of my friends. We used to trade NFTs back in the day, about 2-3 years ago, quite a bit. And since this whole meme coin blow up, I just hit him up, and he's still involved quite a bit in crypto. Not as much as obviously we both used to be, but he's definitely involved a lot more than I am, still to this day. So I'm just gonna meet him tonight, network, gain some knowledge of him potentially, share some of the stuff that I've learned over the past couple of days. And we're planning, both me and him, to go into this meme coin stuff. So it should be fun. Today I'm joining that group, inshallah. So yeah, pretty boring day, but the evening will get a lot more interesting. So yeah, it's not too bad that the day is getting wasted at work. When I am working, I like to spend the mornings pretty productive, and then the evenings I try and be as productive as possible. Alhamdulillah, I just got into this group. It was a bit stressful because you essentially had to mint an NFT to gain access to it. That's pretty much how all the groups go in the crypto space. And it's been a long time since I had to mint an NFT and make sure I get there on time. because there was a very limited amount that was available. But alhamdulillah, I managed to get in. The game starts from here.
But we blind play, like that's the easier way. How can you not praise the God that created everything you admire? The ruler of the heavens and the fire. You stay silent when the universe is expanding. Can't count the stars or fathom your surroundings. You make noise when your favorite player scores a goal. But what's that compared to the universe and a black hole? You act like God's power is just a made up story. Split the atom and you'll understand his glory.